Hi you guys, and welcome back to the Mermaid Tarot. Today I decided to do something a little bit different and do a animal pick a card reading on what your spirit animal is and what messages they might have for you. So we have 6 different piles here today because I wanted to be able to get a little bit more specific than I can in 3 piles. So you can pick based on the number of the pile and then see which animal card I already have laid out here. Or you can pick based on the animal. So if you want to pick based on the pile and see your animal at your reading, you can go ahead and pause the video and do that now. If you want to pick based on the animal, I will have it right here. So pile number 1 is the lynx. Pile number 2 is the bear. Pile number 3 is the snake. Pile number 4 is the otter. Pile number 5 is the hawk. And pile number 6 is the wren. So you can go ahead and pick whichever pile resonates the most for you. If there are 2 different piles, you can think of a different question during, the different piles. And I will see you at your reading. Let's begin. Okay. Pile number 1. If you chose the lynx, this message is for you. So let's get started with some Crystal Power Tarot deck and see what kind of general messages that the lynx has for you. So right away we got the 6 of Cups and the Fool. So with the 6 of Cups and the Fool, it seems like you've been able to have some adventures recently that were really fulfilling, and that you're just taking the time to kind of process all the memories that you had. Maybe there's been a little bit of pause that's going on, even if like a short one. And the lynx wants to tell you that you're always safe and protected on your life journey, as well as let you know of these opportunities that are coming up for you to be free and enjoy these kind of adventure activities, whether it's local adventures or traveling further. That's something that I see for you. With rejection, I see that there's some kind of heartbreak or pain that you've been going through where you felt rejected. Maybe you felt like you weren't loved in the way that you wanted to be loved, and this left you kind of hurt. Maybe it's just that like someone loved you a lot too, but they weren't able to love you in the way that you needed to be loved, and this left you feeling rejected. This could also be in some kind of social circle, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you're a little bit isolated. With the Truthfulness card here, Spirit and the lynx is wanting you to move towards this sense of individuality and remembering that you are loved and you are cared for. And sometimes these like little rejections we can take so seriously, and we can take them to heart and put them on ourselves. But just knowing who you are and knowing that like just because somebody like rejected you or didn't love you in the way that you wanted to be loved doesn't mean you have to like feel hurt over that, because it truly has nothing to do with you. And people have so many things going on all the time that we're not even aware of, and different processes and different things that they have to go through. And I think that's why you have truthfulness, is like the truth is like even though this person couldn't love you in the way that you needed to be loved, there was like a lesson to be learned from that. And the truth is like you are so deeply and profoundly loved and cared for. So that's the message that I see the lynx wants to tell you. Remember all the good times you had with these people, and just thinking more of yourself in a higher light, and not letting yourself get bogged down the way you used to, because just because somebody rejected you doesn't mean you have to feel the emotions of heartbreak. So that's all I have for you, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed that message. I do offer personal readings All that information is below, and make sure to like and subscribe if this resonated. Alright, pile number 2, we have the Queen of Stones, which is the bear. So what messages does the bear have for you? The Three of Pentacles, when I show my work, others give support. And the Three of Cups, I embrace joyful opportunities. So 3 with a number of like the Trinity and divinity. This always represents to me like the connection between mind, body, soul as well. With this, when I show my work, others give support card. And then I embrace joyful opportunities. I think that the focus is meant to be more on your passions right now than on sharing your work with other people. It's exciting when you're able to share your work with other people, but with social media being so, we're so pressured to like post and share everything that we're doing all the time, every day, and it truly can prevent us from actually like expressing and creating what needs to be created and processing that on our own. So you're definitely being encouraged to do your work for you and to do your passions for you first and foremost, and know that that recognition and support is going to come regardless, and you have all the time in the world despite society trying to tell you that you don't. With the Three of Cups, I embrace joyful opportunities, finding ways to be social and let go and have a good time, and then retreating and working on your projects is always an amazing way to get new insights. Sometimes you just need a little break with friends, and then to come back in yourself, and you can add a lot to your creative projects that way. With venture, you might have an opportunity to travel, and the focus is on really listening to your heart with this. Do you want to go where you are being called to go? Because it's not necessary. You have everything you need. And if you're second guessing like a decision, it's important to give yourself that time to ask yourself why you're second guessing this. Is this just fear, or is this my intuition telling me I need to stay at home and be with family, or whatever it is, instead of going out? Because you'll create joy wherever you are. So just listening to the calls of your own heart. With the mama bear protector energy as well, I see the bear just calling you to love yourself, protect yourself, and love your friends and family, because they look up to you more than you know. So that's what I have for you, pile number 2. Pile number 3, if you chose the King of Bows, the snake, then this is your reading. So let's get some quick messages on what Spirit has for you. So you got the Ace of Wands, I'm inspired to follow my passion, and then the Nine of Cups. So the snake is calling you right now to balance. Maybe you're a go type of person, always working a ton and always focusing on your passions, but certain times, as I'm sure you've experienced, you need to kind of let go and let the flow of life do its thing. And notice where you're being too controlling. Maybe you have a lot of friends that want to hang out with you or see you all the time, and you have to recognize the people that are draining you and the people that are exciting you. I feel like you've already probably found this balance and know who's draining you and who's encouraging you, and just being there as like a good supporter. But with companionship and passion on this side, it's more time to focus on you and how you can be driven to your passions and your dreams just by your own inner calling, instead of relying on your friends to kind of like build with, like doing things on your own a bit, and then learning how to encourage and support yourself. When nobody else is around, how do you encourage yourself to get your work done, and how do you find your work-life balance? I also see with the snake here a lot of energy of self-healing, so whenever you're watching this, taking a little bit more time to heal and self-reflect is the message I got for you. So thanks for listening to your quick message from your spirit animal. And I do offer personal readings, and I have 10 more readings on my channel. If this resonated with you, make sure to click below and subscribe and check out some other readings if you want a little bit deeper messages. Okay, pile number 3, you got the Page of Vessels, the Otter card. So let's get some messages from the Otter. I trust my ability to make a strategic decision, and I'm as young as I choose to feel. So the Otter energy is super playful in itself, and then with what to leave behind, we got the King of Swords. I trust my ability to make a strategic decision, and with what to move towards, you got the youthful energy of the Page of Cups. So what I see is it's time for you to let go of trying to control everything in your mental energy and trying to be the boss, you know, and do everything in a certain kind of way and be a leader, and embrace more of this fun, happy-go-lucky energy, you know, swim in the water, play, make life more of a game. In terms of authenticity, that's really interesting. So in what to leave behind, you got authenticity. So maybe just the sense of your identity that you have, and how much you hold on to that like specific identity, which is authentic for you, but identity isn't even real in itself. You know, these are just like avatars we create every day. So if you have this like label that you put on yourself, or this way you identify yourself, releasing a little bit from those rigid boundaries, like, oh, I am this, and this, whatever you define yourself as, releasing a little bit, and then moving into this insecurity. And with this insecurity card, and with the Otter and the Page of Cups, I see this as like a Fool energy, where pushing yourself into situations where you feel a little bit like it's out of your comfort zone can really help you embrace that child mindset. Because when you go do something like you're unprepared for, you can't control every aspect of it, and that really shows you a lot about your character and helps you expand in ways that you wouldn't have if you just stayed in control in your comfort zone. So that's the message I got from you, pile number 4, with the Otter. I hope that resonated. If it did, make sure to comment. I love to hear how much these resonated. If they did, again, these are shorter messages today. Normally I do very long ones, so I'm curious how this resonated. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, pile number 5, if you chose the Knight of Arrows, this reading is for you. So with what to leave behind, you got the Tower. I surrender and know how to go forward. With the 9 of Cups, I trust in the flow of life. So something might have happened recently that felt pretty catastrophic, or just felt like it shook your foundation, or just everything feels off or shaken. Or this could have been like you finding out something about someone, or something that just like shook your foundation, and you see 2 people falling from this tower. With the Hawk, it's gaining a bird's eye view here of this entire situation, and being able to detach temporarily, just at least in terms of your mental body and your emotional body, at least not feeling those as deeply as you do right now, and taking a step above it can be super helpful, because we can get in a spiral if we start down that way, and that's just not useful. And with the 9 of Cups here, finding I trust in the flow of life, it's coming back to your faith, and like a complete surrender and a complete letting go, which the Tower does. With perception being here, understanding that there's different ways to perceive every situation, and that brings us back to the Hawk, that there's no reason to get so deep into our emotions about certain things when there's like a million reasons that something could have worked out the way that it did. And I've just been through like so many deep emotions in my life. I feel like I've created like a detachment that at first I thought this detachment was like unhealthy. But I think it can be really useful when something's like really causing you pain and distracting you and making you not feel good. That's not necessary. Your responsibility is to make yourself feel good, and even that, if that means like perceiving it in another way. With fickleness being what to move towards, just being free with yourself, like not being so intense about things, and just trusting in the flow of life, knowing that you can change your mind at any time. Like, you can make a decision one way and switch it. You can decide to, you don't have to make the final call right this second, and giving yourself the time to just be in the flow and be in the bird's eye view is what the hawk is calling you towards today. So I hope you found that reading helpful. If so, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you would like to book a personal reading, that's below. Again, normally I do a lot longer readings, but I wanted to do spirit animals today, and I wanted to do a lot of them, so I decided to make them short and to the point. So moving on. Pile number 6, the last pile, is the Wren, Page of Arrows. So what message does the Page of Arrows have for you, pile number 6? I calmly make the best decision possible. The King of Swords is just like popping out all over the place today. And it's only 10 in the morning. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse. I calmly make the best decision possible in terms of your finances and everything like that with the Pentacles. But then the King of Swords on the other side, it's like balancing your money stuff. Sometimes being too like hoarding onto the pentacles or whatever, hoarding onto what you have, instead of like, if you know you need to invest in something for the sake of your business or your career, like you have to invest in X to be able to do Y, and normally you try to like really logic it out and weigh, I don't want to like say only if you have enough finances to do the thing, but you are being suggested to make a strategic decision and do what's best for you in terms of that. I think it's going to be slightly different for different people, so I'm not just saying go spend all your money or anything, but like if you're a musician and you have enough money to spend a little extra on studio time or whatever, and you need to do that to finish your song, that's a strategic decision that's going to benefit you in the long run. So with abandonment, it's saying to leave behind any abandonment wounds that you have, whether someone else in your life feels abandoned by you or you feel abandoned, remembering that you can never truly be abandoned because Spirit's always with you, and everything that's happening is happening for your highest good. I promise you that, and that is confirmed here with the blossoming. So with the blossoming card, you see she's being protected by her fairy godmother. She's resting, but look, her fairy godmother is right here doing some work on her and making sure that she is growing, that she's integrating these lessons, that she's healing and resting. With the Wren too, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Wren is the smallest bird that can fly the highest. I think it's like the smallest bird that can fly that high, you know? So you may be feeling like a small cog in like the great machine of life, but your purpose is very vital, and keep believing in that, and keep believing in your ability to find love and make your dreams come true and build your finances up. This is a nice time of healing and hibernation for you, and so making sure to stay cozy. You know, the winter symbolism in here really stood out to me. Just taking care of yourself in that way, and knowing that Spirit is doing the helping you in that healing work too. So that's all I have for you, pile number 6. I hope you found that helpful. If so, I will see you in your next reading. Bye.